I need gear. Diamond armor itself is, well, not the greatest. And with the kind of things that I'm trying to accomplish today, we're gonna need something more, something better. So in order to survive, no, in order to thrive, we must become unkillable. And in the process, create a whole new section of my city where I can trade, shop, and even acquire sugarcane. Today, we have many things to accomplish, and one of them already being a little bit completed. Yes, that's right. I went ahead and removed a few more villager houses, because oh boy, do I have some plans for today. Oh, that's not a lot of sugarcane. I guess I know that's what we're doing today. You might be wondering, Creech, what do you need lecterns for? Well, I'll tell you, my dear viewer. We gotta get some trading with villagers. As my goal for today is not only to go to the end and get the Elytra, some shulker boxes, you know, that kind of thing. But in order to do that, we actually have to upgrade our armor a little bit. Because, I don't know if you've noticed, but yeah, this ain't gonna cut it. Alright, yeah, this is taking too long. I think we need to make an actual sugarcane farm. After a little thinking with this sugarcane farm, I have an idea of what I want to do with it. However, we had a few things to do before we could actually start building our future sugarcane farm. As you can see, the first one was terraforming the land. But all of this wasn't just for the farm, because I have big plans of what we're going to add today. Not only another building, but a whole market as well. But for the moment, we had to stay focused. Since I wanted to make a new building, and did not have the resources, I had to go on a little bit of a expedition to collect a bunch of different resources, which honestly took me a while, but it was definitely worth it. Something that was kind of unexpected that has been pretty nice has been having this little sugarcane farm down there. Well, you know, I've been collecting some materials. I've been getting trees around here, just a few different materials, and the sugarcane has been growing in the meantime. And look at this, we have not the most amount, but I mean, that's decent to start with at least. But let's make our way right back down here so we can start building up the town. Because yes, I'm so excited for this town. Something that I did a little bit earlier actually is I kind of forgot what material list I was looking at. So all this stuff right here, this is not even for the sugarcane farm. That is for the the villager trading area. I'm gonna have to move that a little bit over that way. But here's where we're gonna build our sugarcane farm, and these are the materials that we're gonna use to build it. With this new building must also come a new story. This smaller house was built long ago by some of the first settlers on this land. They didn't have much, resources were sparse, so they had to settle for something on the smaller side. Originally, this building served as only their living quarters, but after a paper shortage swept across the village, making it impossible to receive any kind of news, the owner of this very building decided to take matters into her own hands, producing paper daily. Even though she could only do so much on her own, she made sure there was never a shortage again, with this tradition being passed down to those who reside within, keeping her legacy alive. And keeping our village filled with paper, of course. And there we have it, the newest building into the town. And look at that. I think it works so perfectly with the farm buildings in the background and this one right here in the main front and center row. I love this build. It is very simple and small as well. That's something that I really wanted to try out. And I think I got the perfect mix of detail and also it being a smaller build, and I'm really happy with it. I'm someone who has difficulty building on a smaller scale, so I think this is a step in the right direction. But let me show you around the build because oh my goodness, I love this little place. Over here we have a few little crops, you know. This is a little place that they're going to be selling, you know, some crops. And then over here is the added on section, which at the moment is not holding anything, but I do plan to add a few villagers in here. And also you can hear our very loud sugarcane farm hard at work. Is that the crazy? It is a very small interior, and you might be wondering what is going on with the walls. We're gonna have some villagers in here. I'm thinking cartographers. But first, we need to go ahead and get more villagers. And the sugarcane farm is not very fast. It's kind of a more simple design. I mean, you could assume that it wasn't going to be the best based on, like, the size of this building. But, like, you know, it's just a starter farm. Eventually, we'll make something way, way better. Plus, I already got, like, a decent amount of sugarcane for actually trading with these guys. And speaking of trading with these guys, well, before we even get to those guys, I gotta collect up some bread. And you know, luckily, someone around here just so happens to have a lot of access to wheat to be able to make, you know, dubious amounts of bread. Yeah, I think that's probably a good start. Boom. Bunch of beds. Oop, I don't even have enough room. Here you go. Get into the bed. Perfect. They are trapped in the building. All right, there we go. We got the beds around here, so now we just go ahead and give these guys some bread. Some magic will happen. And I know this isn't really that good looking or efficient. That's all. It neither looks good or is efficient, but like, you know, we're gonna get to making something that looks better later on. Wait, where to go? I know. Yeah, dang it! I forgot to block these guys in properly. We're just gonna move him over here. I need to go mining though, so you're gonna have to just grow up and wait here. We'll be back soon. I swear, I'm not gonna forget about you. There we go. All safe in a dirt box. I'm sure that's a great way to spend your childhood. Let's go mining. In order to have an even more successful mining trip, though, I decided to take a gamble. I went ahead and made a new pickaxe and also enchanted it. And let me tell you, this was something good, as you can tell by my excitement. Now with our brand new Fortune 3 pickaxe, I made my way through the nether over to the desert biome that I had found in the last episode. Not specifically for the desert, but for the mesa. As you might know, the mesa actually spawns a lot more gold underground. And with us working on villagers today, I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity for us to get a bunch of golden apples so we can zombify and cure these guys. And honestly, in the time that I was there, I got a lot of gold, iron, and even some lapis, other materials as well, making yet another successful mining trip. 2 videos, 2 successful mining trips. Look at this. Look at all of this. Besides this lapis over here, this is what we got from actually going mining, as well as this gold over here smelting up as well. We have quite a bit of goodies. Beautiful. Fantastic. We'll make even more a little bit later on. For now, we're just going to throw those in there. If I'm being honest, this whole thing is gonna start out a little bit scuffed since we don't have the actual building for the villagers. We're kind of just gonna have them over in there for the moment. Also, look at this place at night. I don't think I've really shown it off that well, but like, look at this. This place is properly gorgeous. I need to add a few more lights around this thing though. And hello there, good sir. I see that you are interested in the zombie position. Yes, we are taking open applications, so yeah, just follow me this way. I'll get to you soon enough, sir. Don't bother us at the moment. We just need it's a one-on-one interview kind of thing, you know. If I just have you come over this way. Perfect. You can't do a thing, Zombie Joe. There we go. We got that guy properly trapped in there. And then, hello, good sir. It seems that you have grown up. Thank you for taking my advice. Now, I know this looks rough and scary, but I need you to trade with me, man. It was at that moment that I realized something. I was gonna have to wait for the zombification process, and I didn't want to really just wait around while it was happening. I wanted to be productive in some way. So I went ahead and gathered a bunch of wheat, made some bread, and delivered it to the villagers. After zombifying subject number 1, the waiting game began. I'm a zombie. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying. There we go. We got one of these guys done. So now we just go ahead and try to get this guy to get a proper trade. Power 5. No thanks. Flame. No thank you. I also need emeralds. Breach. Not a bane of arthropods. You're the bane of my existence if you don't give me a trade that I need. Feather falling would be nice. Curse of vanishing. You will vanish if you don't give me something soon that I need. Impaling. You will be impaled if you don't give me a good book. Protection. You are going to need protection from me if you don't give me something that I want to see. Sharpness. 3. That's not bad. I'll give you that one. That's not a terrible one. Protection 4. Oh, okay. Let's go get the emeralds. Protection 4. That's what I'm looking for. Let's hope I do. I have a little bit of money. Going kind of broke though, I can't lie. We're gonna hold off before we actually equip this to my armor though. I don't know if you noticed, but my armor could be doing a little bit better. Maybe I'll have to make a new pair. The time for games was over because I desperately needed these enchants. So I spent a little time streamlining our zombification system and started the process with subject number 2. What are we doing? I already did this. We already did the joke. come on now. Let's move on. After he was all cured, I got the average run-of-the-mill books until I found the beauty, the amazing, the wonderful, Unbreaking 3. And honestly, it became pretty repetitive after this. I would transfer another villager, zombify them, cure them, and get some good books in the process, as well as doing a bit more farming, so of course I could get more villagers. And the last step in this whole process was moving my mending villager, because if you remember correctly, this guy was in a different building, and I had to bring him over here so we could get some cheaper prices. After that little bit of time, look at me, look at me. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really look like anything has changed, if I'm being honest. But that could not be further from the truth. Look at this. We got the boots, we got the pants, we got the chest plate, and we got the helmet with all protection for Unbreaking 3 and mending as well. And now that we have our armor all set and ready, and honestly, that over there, oh, okay, great. I love all these pillagers coming onto my land, just trampling my crops and invading my future town. That actually does bring me to the next thing we're doing today. We're gonna go do a raid. If you remember last episode, I found a village just over yonder where we're actually gonna be doing this raid. Sorry to those villagers in advance. This raid that I'm gonna be doing over here has two very important reasons why we're actually doing it. One of those being that I wanted totems. Totems were gonna be a very important part of like keeping this series going for a long time. So getting those was very important to me. And the second reason was to conquer the raid, free the villagers. And not really out of the kindness of my own heart, so I did kind of put them into this situation. But I wanted to be able to earn Hero of the Village. That way I could get a lot of things cheaper, making emeralds a lot more easy to get. As far as getting totems went, it was pretty smooth. Overall, it wasn't too bad. There was a few times where we had a little bit of scary moments, but even then, you know me, very cool under pressure. Help! Get away from me! Even though the totem aspect of the raid went well, I can't say as much about getting Hero of the Village. I'll let you just see for yourself what I mean. I am mad. I'm actually so mad. That thing took me so long. That raid, I was going at that for, I don't even know how long, a long time. You know, I kept these guys safe. The whole reason, like, obviously to do the raid was obviously to get the totems, but not only that, I talked about how I also was using this to get Hero of the Village to trade with these guys, and actually, I realized part of my mistake. This guy is a nitwit, he can't trade in the first place, but I wanted Hero of the Village so they give me discounts, so I could trade all this wheat, get a bunch of XP, and so I can enchant my sword. But no, look, no Hero of the Village, nothing, they left. I killed the last guy, and it didn't say raid completed, it didn't say raid over, nothing, nada, none. I also need a new horse. I think it's about time we replace horse. I don't know if you remember that guy. I showed him only a little bit of last episode, but that guy's run away from home. So realistically, we only have two options. We either go full SpongeBob and write a song about him, or we replace him. I think we all know which one we need to do. Yep, unfortunately, my musical talents are not that good, so getting a second horse it is. After getting our new friend Gregory, I decided to make my way over to my XP farm. Yeah, the terrible zombie one that's pretty slow, yeah, I know. But I needed some XP, so it was gonna have to do for now. And I spent a little bit of time there waiting around, killing zombies, getting some interesting loot, and finally made my way back over to base, so we could finally prepare for the dragon fight. All right, let's see what we're gonna get from that little time in the XP farm. Come on, give me some good power. Please, infinity would be the best. I don't really have a lot of arrows. Great, all right. I mean, luckily we got enough levels. We can try this again. Hopefully we can get infinity. Please don't just give me power 3 already. Well, I mean, again, please. I mean, that's pretty good. All things considering, that's pretty good. And there we go. Over a stack of arrows. As long as we don't use that much in the nether, I think we should be fine. I mean, all we really gotta do now is go through. Was that cool? Was that cinematic shot pretty cool? I hope so. Let's get over to the fortress. Let's hope that this time it's nothing like last time. Yeah, I don't wanna get that close to dying this time. I mean, that's why we got the totem, though, so, I mean, I think we should be fine. I'm scared about, like, having the shield. Like, if I use the shield, I'm scared that, like, the worst thing ever, like, possible. Like, suddenly there's gonna, like, rain nukes from the sky or something. That's kind of my irrational fear, you know, starting to, like, way in. I'm just a little scared of like everything. I have the totem, but like ironically enough, it scares me more. It scares me more to have it because what if I just have it, but I don't use it, you know? And then I'm gonna like regret it, and then I'm gonna be crying and suffering and dying and being terribly sad about my worlds. Hello, wither skeleton. I see you over here, facing the corner. Fear not, I'm here to relieve you of your life, and I will be taking a wither skull with me, if you will. I would enjoy that very much so. I guess he did not like the thought of that. We just need to be ever so careful. I should have brought a cauldron with some water. That would have been a good idea, but when have I ever had one of those? Okay, here we go. It's begun. All right. I have the shield up. We see the shield, right? We see the shield. You know, these guys are taking so long. I might just take a nap. It's taking forever. You know, when I came into the nether, you know, I said that whole thing about like hopefully today's not gonna be as bad as like the last time we were in here, you know, last episode. And honestly, I feel underwhelmed. I've been waiting around, killing like a blaze, and then doing a little bit more waiting. So, you know, I'm a little whelmed, even underwhelmed, dare I say. How much does this make? 20? Yeah, I think we're good actually. I think that's more than enough. We have to find a warped Nylium biome is the one. We gotta find the blue biome. I actually do know where one of those is at. And we gotta be careful of these guys. These losers, bro. These guys could have shown up before, but they suck and they are scared of me. That's why I'm not even gonna bother with them. There it is, the beautiful blue. It's weird because this biome has been in the game for so long and I always forget what it's called. If I really put my mind to it, I can remember, but most of the time I just call it the blue biome. Alright, look at that. We got 14 ender pearls. I decided to get a few more just in case because honestly, I've had some experiences with finding the stronghold and there being only one ender pearl, so I'm trying to avoid that this time. I also realized I could have been bartering with some of these piglins instead of trying to kill a bunch of endermen. It's already happened, so can't do much about it now. Besides, go home and then we can begin our journey over to the end portal, wherever that might be. Thus began my epic voyage across the land, across the seas, until I finally found the stronghold. Oh, here it is. Oh, a library. Perfect. Actually, this is amazing. I'm not going to grab up the books at the moment, but this is actually wonderful. I've been trying to use so many books. Not even trying to. I've been just using a lot of books. And honestly, this is going to be so nice that I have access to so many more bookshelves. Hey, that's pretty nice. Also, I'm just going to throw a bunch of garbage in here. What else? Hey, that's pretty nice. Protection 4. Could have used that earlier. Ooh. That's not too bad. I will also take that. All right, though. Here we go. We got the end portal. Let's break this and let's see. Oh, great. Yeah. I'm glad I spent that extra time getting a bunch of Eyes of Ender. Look at this. One in here. You know, this seems oddly familiar to another hardcore world I had. Okay, here we go. And now it is time that we face the Ender Dragon. We take on the end, and we complete the game. Well, kind of. I'm not gonna be done at this. No, bro. This is just the beginning. It's over, Ender Dragon! You have been conquered! And there we have it! No more of Miss Ender Dragon. Looks a little bit weird with the shaders, but there we go. We have freed the end. And give me all of this XP. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's like a reward. Defeating the dragon, that's not the difficult one at all. That was the easy part, though. Now we have to go into the end gateway. And that's a little bit scary on its own. Teleporting through and then also bridging over everything. And honestly, with my luck in finding end cities, we're probably gonna be here for a little while. Alright, let's make our way up here. If any Endermen are mad at me, tell me right now. If anyone's mad, make it clear, make it fast. Alright. If I die right here while bridging up, it was a good run. And there we go. Look how perfect that was, actually. And call me a conspiracy theorist, but I don't trust ender pearls going through here. What if it was to throw me off the edge? You know, that's why I like to go in here slowly. And I'm a little terrified, please. Okay, that was definitely scary. Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad, Minecraft, once again, you've decided to give me a mini heart attack. I appreciate it, you know, it makes me a stronger human being, I think. Oh! Oh! Alright, I mean, hey, look at that! I didn't even have to start singing or anything. Hey! I know it is also... The the end looks a little weird. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Hey, we found an end city. Yeah, don't mind without the shaders. I just wanted to get rid of the fog. But there we go. Look at that. That's not even that far, actually. Just like where I spawned in was just over that way. Look how much materials I still have on me. Like I've barely used any wood, and we already found an end ship, bro. I guess all of my bad luck finding these things over the years, I finally have some pretty good luck. We'll see if that lasts though. They better. I'm gonna cash in with all the luck that I can. Hey, there we go. We get the achievement. All right, look at this. I swear I'm being cheated. This is a loot room. There should be loot here. Dude, they're actually trolling me. I'll have some good luck, but then it's like, this happens, and it's like, dude, am I having good luck or bad luck? I feel like it almost cancels out. Feels like I'm getting, like, neutral luck at this point. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Just let me be lucky. Another one. Another one without loot. Great. You know, I feel amazing with this end city. This end city really is amazing. What's next? The end ship's not gonna have an elytra for me. You've got to be kidding me. Nah, I'm only joking. I actually grabbed this. Hey, we do have this one. That would have been awful. I think I would have actually like fully crashed out. But nah, I'm just kidding. I got the elytra. And now that we have this as well, bro, look at this. We got some other gear in here. I mean, look at that. That's actually pretty good. I gotta go back and finish looting up the rest of this place. I kind of decided to skip over it mostly for that joke. So let's go finish looting this place. I guess let's take our first glide with the elytra. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is. Like, what's up, danger? Can't stop me now. Hey. Diamond helmet. Get all this. Get away from me. Thank you. All right, yeah, look at that. I mean, what do we do now? I've never gotten an elytra so quickly. Do I keep looting other entities, or do I go home? Do I go home? I mean, some more shulker shells would be nice. Hey, shulkers in here, you guys. What do you guys think I should do? Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? Once again, no loot. Oh, and there's a lot of these guys in here. Yeah, sorry for disturbing you guys. Sorry, I didn't realize. Oh, there is loot. Hey, wait, no, wait, let me down. Let me down. Wait. No, I'm sorry. Please, wait. Stop levitating me. I want to come back. I just want to say hello. Come on. Exactly. There we go. Let's see. Ooh. I will take that. Thank you. Pathways? I think it was this way. And here we go. Oh, yeah. Let me just go ahead and do something like this. I don't want that to happen again. That was terrifying. Yep, I thought so. I am back at spawn, right where it all began. Looks a little different now, though. I think it's just because it's nighttime. And with that, we are pretty much organized after our little adventure to the end. There's a few issues now, though, that we have to face. Two of those being, if you look down at my hotbar, my sword and axe are very, very much broken. And it'd be one thing, you know, if I'm just repairing these in general, but I actually need to repair these so we can start work on our brand new building. I've been talking about it for a while, and I'm actually ready to build it. For the most part. The real reason I didn't start this build earlier was mostly because I just wanted to be able to have shulker boxes, because those are going to make it a lot easier to transport items. You guys didn't see how painful it was, but as I was transporting things with bundles, man, it was rough. Building the rest of this town is going to become so much easier. And I think after we get the villager trading building done, because oh man, we really do need that so badly. I'm sick of I'm sick of trading with villagers over there. I think after we get that stuff done, I think we should add some more pathways around. Like I already talked about having a whole section right there, but we're gonna need to connect it a little bit more to make the rest of the area feel more connected. I might even rip this up. I like the granite pathway, like with the bricks, but I think honestly the rest of it's looking more dirty. So I feel like maybe this town's a little bit more broke than I thought it was originally. And there we go. The final thing. Oh, enchanted. I mean, that worked out perfectly actually with the anvil. Gunpowder and some freshly harvested sugarcane. Oh man, that feels amazing. Look at this. Such a long distance that would take me, I mean realistically, not that long, has been reduced to basically nothing. I'm so glad to have this, even though it kind of makes all the horses that I've got in this episode a little obsolete. Let's just not think about that too much. We still gotta go recover Rascal. Yeah, those guys, I still care about them. Don't worry, they're not getting replaced. Not fully, at least. We need XP. After fixing up my tools, it was time to gather materials for the new villager trading hall. One of the first things that I decided to gather was bone blocks, and in order to get a bunch of those, I went to the nether because, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have a bone meal farm. And honestly, this is something I'm going to have to fix maybe in the next episode, because I spent a long time here, and with the bone blocks collected, and also the wood because I made the mistake of collecting it earlier, as well as collecting the rest of the materials that I needed, it was time to begin this villager trading hall. First constructed years after the town had been established as its own independent settlement, this building was made to serve a purpose. That purpose being business. A place that many would come together to sell goods, wares, and anything in between. While it did originally belong to a wealthy man, for one reason or another, he disappeared without a trace, leaving the building to be upkept by the community. Now they say if you're down on your luck and you need a job, just visit the old trading complex, the home of the community. As you've already heard from the replay, oh, it's cloudy today. This is our villager trading hall, and I just want to bring your attention to one of my favorite parts of this build. I really love the flag. I think it's so simple, yet it just works so nicely, and it feels like it's actually blowing in the wind. I love it. Let me show you around a little bit. Obviously, you've seen the exterior, but let me show you the interior. Are you surprised? You know my interiors by now. Yep, that is correct. We have nothing. Well, we have a few things. Not quite nothing, just almost nothing. But yeah, like I said, kind of empty at the moment, but I think we'll be able to get around 3 layers. We'll have a floor right here, another floor up there, and then maybe some villagers in the very top. We'll have to see about that. And something I almost forgot to show you as well is look at this little area around the front of it. I wanted to go with something to add a little bit more detail around here. I added a bunch of barrels, campfires, chests, pots, just things to clutter up the area a little bit more. Because not only have we completed this, but we're going to have to start working over here soon too. Normally, I don't use path blocks that much, but honestly, I've kind of found a new love for them. We're going to have this whole area around here be mostly path blocks. We're gonna have a little bit of a market right here, and I think that's gonna look fantastic. Hopefully you've also said farewell to these villager buildings, because these are gonna be gone pretty soon here. By the end of today, they're all gonna be gone. With so much open land also came so much opportunity. With so much space at my disposal, I was able to do a lot. And honestly, I didn't have the slightest idea of what I was gonna do. I had a vague idea in my mind, but honestly, it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Oh yeah, the soil beneath my feet feels so much better than boring old grass. Have you noticed something? Look around, look around. Not a old villager house in sight. That is right, we have gotten rid of all of the villager houses. And now the land is looking, oh, it's looking good. It's looking empty. It is ready to go for future builds. And as you can see, I moved these guys over here. I gotta move some villagers up here, up top, and then we can get that whole thing going. And we also moved Zombie Joe over this way. That way he has a place to actually stay. We're gonna have the whole zombification process over here. I do want to show one more thing that I've done though. I actually went ahead and built all this before we went to the end. It's a little garden area with a whole bunch of vegetation, some little areas for growing, a nice little custom tree with another beehive as well, and even a little bit of a lamppost, as well as having like a little seating area over here. This really brings the whole house together. We have a little outdoor seating area, and this place, it makes it feel more homey, makes it feel more alive. And I don't think we're gonna be getting to the interior of the house today. I think that's something I'm gonna do between episodes. But yeah, we have that area. I think it's looking pretty nice, especially with the bamboo, the custom trees. And speaking of custom trees, I'll be making a few more of those here in a minute. But first, we have to make the market stalls. With each one of these market stalls, I wanted to go for a different kind of vibe. Besides 2 market stalls that ended up being basically the same, that doesn't really matter. Basically, I wanted each market stall to feel different and unique to itself. And I think I accomplished that pretty nicely, as well as adding these 3 new custom trees. And they really do make the area pop out so much more. The new addition into the city is completed. Look at this. Oh my goodness, it's so cinematic. Even the sunrise is a paid actor, apparently. Look at this. Look at it. Obviously, first we gotta start with the market. I mean, we got the trees and stuff. We're gonna show that stuff off in a little bit here. As you can see, I really tried to play with the aspect of like it all being connected, like angled in some ways. And honestly, I had a lot of issues with these markets, but like I think they turned out pretty well. We have a wood market right here because, you know, firewood, no matter where you live, is always kind of useful. Kind of useful. Not always. It kind of depends on what you're doing with it. But you know, with some of these guys having chimneys, it works perfectly. Over here, we have a little plant shop. You know, if you ever need a house plant, you just want something to take care of, you just stop on down to this little market right here. They have a little competition because this one is also a plant shop, a little plant market. So, you know, a little competition, but you know, competition is good. It drives sales. And over here is actually my market stall. This one is for me because, you know, as you know, we have our farm over there with our house that's kind of blocked off by another tree. This is where we bring it to sell it so we can actually earn a profit. That makes me think, actually, we need to get like more farmers or like ranchers around here so we can actually sell this hay, you know, make some profits. Over here is one of my favorites. I really like this little design that I went with right here. We have a little bit of a cart, you know, just a little pop-up thing. And the idea with this pole is, you know, you could pick it up and bring it right back onto the cart after you move that barrel, of course. And then, you know, you could just move it back and forth. Wherever you set up camp, you have some cover above you, and you can just sit down, sell stuff, do whatever. I love it. Something I really enjoy about the markets as well is this little area that you have in between them. I might want to fill in some more stuff around here. I can't lie, like maybe get like a smaller stand or something right there. I feel like it'd be pretty nice, but I really love this market area the way it is. And I went ahead and added a lot of vegetation around as well. I gotta go do some more with it though, honestly. One of the best examples of what I want to do more with is this side over here. Also, should I like do slabs around here? Does that look too much? Maybe oak. Maybe oak. I feel like I could do something nice with that. I might change that in a second, but here we have a nice little tree as well. This way we've actually expanded as well, and it brings you down this pathway towards the farms. At the moment, a lot of this is looking empty still. And honestly, it's even worse when you look at it from this angle because you can kind of see where we've stopped making progress. It's just open land and then town, you know? So there's a lot that we still have to do. And unfortunately, that is going to be the end of today's episode. I hope you all have enjoyed. I know I sure have. The progress we have made here today is simply, it's insane. Expanding the town, building up new farms, and getting things together. There's so much more to do in this town. So if you want to keep up with my progress, make sure to subscribe if you have enjoyed. And maybe consider leaving a like as well. It does help out the videos. But thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And until the next time, I have been Creature Rampage, and hopefully see you all in the next video. Peace!